when we go to the bathroom and we're like, or we cross our legs and uncross our legs, or even most of us probably notice it after sex. Yourself or your partner may notice an odor, right? So why are you getting BV? Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Yaya. I am a family nurse practitioner working women's health. And in today's video, we are going to talk about bacterial vaginosis, or BV. Now, before we get into today's video, we have got to tend to our housekeeping. One, I am a provider. But I am not your provider. And what that means is the information that I give in my videos are very general. And so if you have a particular question about your specific vagina, your cervix, breasts, or anywhere for that matter, I will always recommend that you see your personal provider. And two, this is a very fairly new channel, and over here we talk a lot about women's health, sexual health, and my life as a nurse practitioner. So if these topics interest you, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment down below, share the video, and turn on your post notifications. All right, so let's get into today's video. Today we are talking about bacterial vaginosis, or BV. What is it? Well, BV we know it as this very fishy, malodorous, thin, grayish, white discharge that can be a little irritating on the vagina, whether it's on the outside or the inside. A lot of times we recognize it when we go to the bathroom and we're like, or we cross our legs and uncross our legs, or even most of us probably notice it after sex. Yourself or your partner may notice an odor, right? So why are you getting BV? What exactly is it? Well, our vagina, like our gut, is a place for bacteria. And these bacteria typically live harmoniously together. It doesn't create any kind of symptoms or discomfort as long as these bacteria kind of stays in its own lane. If there is some kind of outside force that disrupts your normal flora or this harmonious relationship, whether that means one of the bacteria kind of moves out a little bit, causing the other bacteria to overgrow, or sometimes there's an introduction of a new bacteria, that's when we become symptomatic and we start having symptoms and discomfort. But why? Why is this happening? Well, although the CDC does not consider BV as a sexually transmitted infection, we do know that having multiple sexual partners or having new sexual partners without the use of condoms are going to drastically increase your risk of having BV and the recurrence of BV. And to be honest, let's face it, guys, when we have sex, it's a lot more than, enjoying the moments. It's a lot more than intimacy, ecstasy, or bringing yourself or your partner to orgasm. During the act, we do exchange a good amount of bacteria, and whenever we don't have that barrier, aka a condom, we expose ourselves to our partner's bacteria, which can cause that disruption in our normal flora, which leads us to having those symptoms of BV. So having sex without a condom is going to be the major risk factor. There are other risk factors, and I know there are women watching this video saying, well, I haven't had sex in a year, but I've had BV X amount of time. Well, there are the other risk factors, and let's go ahead and visit them. One, douching. Whenever we douche, we are completely eradicating and disrupting that normal flora. We are messing up that harmonious relationship and environment that the bacteria lives in. And so again, either one bacteria decreases drastically, causing the other one to overgrow, or we introduce a new bacteria, causing us to have this fishy discharge that's very uncomfortable. So douching is another risk factor. And I want to just say this, that I personally nor professionally do not recommend any kind of douching products, any kind of soaps, whether it's fragrant, mild, non-fragrant, sensitive, any kind of soap at all on or inside the vagina. When our vagina is healthy, it is a self-cleaning machine and does not need the assistance. And so water in itself is enough to keep a healthy vagina clean. So let's talk a little bit about some of the other risk factors. Our birth control can be a risk factor as well. Whenever we are under the influence of hormones, it may again disrupt that flora. Some of the birth control methods that predispose you to having BV could potentially be your IUD. And so if you feel like your birth control is contributing to your BV, go ahead and talk to your healthcare provider about it. A few more risk factors would include spermicides, lubricants, especially one that are warm or especially one that are fragrant. Those can really, really mess up your flora, causing you to have BV. A risk factor is smoking. Smoking definitely increases your risk of BV, as well as your diet. A diet we find that is heavy in alcohol, caffeine, red meat, and carbohydrates will also increase your risk for BV. So now that we know a little bit about BV and maybe you are having symptoms, what should you do? Well, I will recommend that you go see your healthcare provider. A lot of times when you go to your provider, they diagnose you based on your clinical symptoms. They may also do what we call a wet mount or vaginal panel to help us identify the bacteria. Once the diagnosis of BV is made, your provider will treat you with oral antibiotics or maybe intravaginal antibiotics. But most important, you're going to talk to you about some of the risk factors just to try to identify why you've got BV or why you have the recurrence of BV so that we can help prevent it again. So that is today's video, guys. If you found the information in this video beneficial, I want you guys to share the video, like it as well. If you have any questions about BV, drop them down below in the comment section. Until next time,